My name is Chris Pfluger, and I am the managing director here at IAD Florida. And after 18 years with traditional real estate, I have the distinct pleasure and honor to be representing IAD internationally here in Florida.
I'm Clement Del Peru, and I'm the president of the company at international level, and very proud to be here today with Chris, the rest of the team, and our first agents for this grand opening. Back in the days in France, IAD stood for real estate at home. At the time in 2008, when it wasn't so obvious and natural. But here in the US, when I'm asked the question, I like to say, and I know that Chris has a slightly different view, that IAD could stand for incredible adventure.
And I see it as international agent development. Well, it originated in France about 15 years ago. We have 20,000 agents globally. And so in France, we are the number one real estate company, which is fantastic. In Mexico, we are the number 3 brand. And then, of course, we are in Portugal, Spain, Germany, and recently just opened up in the UK.
A very specific interest for Floridian agents and candidates soon to be agents, which is that it brings a huge potential of international buyers, because we know that Spanish people, French people, German people, British people are so fond of Florida. So I think that can be one of our main difference. The idea was born, as in any good tech story, in the garage of the founders in a small city 40 miles away from Paris. And at that time, the relationship between real estate professionals and customers, may it be buyers or sellers, was not that ideal in Europe. By creating a new and disruptive model that deleted the physical branch, replaced it by technology, and building a very fair commission system, IAD grew very, very fast. IAD is a next-gen, cloud-based, global, fast-growing network of real estate entrepreneurs with a very attractive commission plan.
As a US-based startup company, right, with a legacy and roots to Europe is very beneficial, because obviously massive amount of investment in Florida from other countries, which is great. But really it's an agent first model. So people say, hey, we work with the agents, we love the agents, but here it truly is an agent first model. Our agents really interact with our headquarters offices and really kind of develop out their own groups, their own downlines, their own teams, and manage those teams on their own. And they have the ability at the very end to plan for their retirement by having the option of selling that network, their downline, their organization, to another agent if they'd like. So something very unique.
Without investing a single dollar at the beginning. And correct. I think it's, for me, probably a unique example at international level. I would start by a keyword that's entrepreneurship. Both, of course, within our agents that are the stars of IAD, but also at HQ level, where we spend a lot of time and energy being sure that our entrepreneurs can thrive. The second thing is community, because over the years, we've been building strong communities of agents that often share transactions, share tips, train each other, and are also, and that's the other meaning of the community work, deeply rooted in their very hyper-local environment. And this has been, this community thing, the key of our success.
And the third pillar obviously is real estate. So we're in the real estate business. Our agents are trained with some of the best training I've seen in the world. And so they are there to help families, find the right homes, buy and sell real estate, help people overseas, and interact in those ways in amongst the community as well. So it's very helpful. And the fourth pillar, the final one, is global, because we believe that realistically there should be borderless real estate offices, right? So if we have a a lead coming from somewhere, it should be very easily transacted here in the United States, and we should be able to help interact with other IED agents or any agent from around the world. So it's pretty much a global environment. So a lot of people say, well, it must be for new agents. Like, how did I join as a new agent? And the reality of it is, every agent has to have a license, right, in the state of Florida. So you have to go through the licensing process. And it is a fantastic place if you are a new agent, because we have a mentorship for life type of program, right? So you end up being assigned or joining with a mentor, and that person will work with you in perpetuity as long as you're with the company. We also have opportunities for folks that may be 20 years in the business. They don't want to start their own brokerage. They don't want the liability, the overhead, the expense associated with it. We have an entire system built out where they can build their own organization, bring an organization over, bring a team over, and start up automatically with us and get all the benefits immediately. So training is in place for someone who's brand new or someone who's been in the business for 20 years. It pretty much is open for anyone who's looking to expand their business and have that international flair. We've got it. So how you join? Well, we have a lot of opportunity presentations across the state of Florida on an ongoing basis. We'd love to see you at one of those so we could talk a little bit about the program itself. However, if not, you certainly can go to join-iad.com and find out as much as you'd like there and join anytime.
When the company was launched back in 2008, the vision of the founders could seem crazy at that time, and it was, we're going to become the #1 company in real estate transaction in the world by gaining leadership in every geography we're in. And it took us 14 years to feel ready to jump into the most competitive market in the world, the US. Very humbly, our vision for Florida is in a few years from now, reach this #1 spot. Why Florida? When we studied the US, of course we had to choose the right landing point. And for this, the size and the dynamism of the market was key. And in Florida, I mean, when we drove from the airport, it's building everywhere. There are a lot of community ties between existing geographies of IAD and Florida. Because the beauty of the model is that you can build your team in any country IAD exists. So we already have a lot of Mexican people, Spanish people, Portuguese people, French, British, German, that tell us, okay, maybe I want to move here in a few years. I want to recruit some agents in my team. I want to bring overseas buyers to my Floridian colleagues to be. And this community thing and this rocket that is a global agent company helping kickstart Florida was one of the key element in our decision process.
And obviously Florida is, as we mentioned, a dynamic market, but it's also very transient, right? People move in, they move out, they retire, they buy second, third homes here. So there's a lot of investment opportunity. So obviously our goal is to develop out the state of Florida, really get a strong foothold here. But you could see us, expanding into connecting states that make sense, and probably looking at states in the Southeast, right there in the near future. When that is, we don't really have specific plans for that, but we're excited about the opportunity, and ultimately it will be in all 50 states.
First, real estate transaction is not that different anywhere in the world. Okay? There's a backbone of things that are operated exactly the same way in any country. Second, we're totally aware of cultural differences. Germany is not Mexico, France is not the UK, and each time we adapt law-wise on one hand, but also culture-wise, and we know that we cannot operate a business in Florida exactly the way we operate it in France. But third thing, we're adamant in bringing our secret sauce into the table, our very specific and attractive commission split, our tools, our training programs, our spirit in the strength of the community, And this, of course, it's not European, it's IAD, and this is what we try every time to use to launch the business.
So I'll echo exactly what Clement just said, right? The passion that the agents have for IAD, the community, the culture, we want to keep.
What I can tell you that's fact-based and not fantasy or out-of-the-box projection is that every time we launched in a new country, we achieved the 1,000 agent mark within the span of 3 to 4 years. We never faced such a huge and promising market as Florida, so I think I can hope we could go even faster than this.
That's a great point. So we're not just looking at the numbers, we're actually looking at adding the right agents. And so we want agents who really believe in the model, but also want to do fantastic real estate and really grow with IAD. That's me. I actually am working with a local team. So we have someone who's our head of the network and training. And we also have someone who is the head of our back office, which is our agent support, which is unique to IAD. We have a live person in market who actually works with the agents on a day-to-day basis. So we have support at many levels. So the broker, the mentor, and the agent support all there together, which makes a virtual model very productive. We actually have a traditional real estate model where we have agents, they have an initial split, they have a cap, and they can earn unlimited income on their real estate. But what's unique is we have what I call the unfair advantage, is they have the ability to coach and mentor other agents, build out quite a large organization, and develop revenue from their team. So the number one answer is hyper local expertise, right? So as a licensed agent in Florida, you're not limited to a market, but generally our agents work very specific areas. So they know the school systems, they know the real estate inside and out, they know the plumber to refer you to, the painters, the mortgage folks. So they know everything that can really help you with your transaction. So that's extremely valuable. But that comes on the back of our training, right? So we have some of the best training in the world. So our agents are ready when they walk out the door, you know that you have an expert, a real true real estate expert working for you. And then we also have some of the best state-of-the-art technology on the market. So it's coupled with our proprietary system, which is a award-winning European component, coupled with the best technology in the US, and that creates one of the best systems and most unique systems that exist in real estate in the world. Today's an exciting day because we have our launch. We are fully open for business, so we can take on new agents at any time. We've already started taking on new agents. This afternoon, we have our large, ribbon cutting and balloons and all the excitement associated with it. So we're thrilled about that. We are thrilled about that. From there, we have international presentations. We also have local opportunity presentations across the state of Florida. So agents have the opportunity to come and hear more about IAD. And from there, it's the road to success.